So, welcome back to another video. It is me. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you are aware of when I post videos. You can be updated. So, I'm excited because I get to share with you the past recent event of Valentine's Day, what I did, what I got to do and experience. And I think that being able to share this for me, it's more of a therapy session, but I'm praying that it helps somebody who might be feeling like, oh, on Valentine's Day, I didn't get flowers from this person that I'm dating, or I didn't even hear from this person that I'm talking to. And so, I must be the side piece, or whatever case may be. This is a video solely focused on self-love because that's really important. Forget who you're talking to, forget who you're dating, forget Valentine's Day altogether. Let's just talk about self-love because in this, I can say this year, surprisingly, um, I experienced something for the first time in forever that I had not experienced in me. Normally am like the party pooper. I'm the one who be like, nah, we're not, getting anything. We ain't buying nothing later for these couples. But this year I did not feel like that. So let's talk about it. I'm gonna start first with sharing with you how my evening went and what I did. What had happened was, no, let me stop. Um, So I am single. I've been single since being divorced. I don't know how long it's been. I stopped counting and I'm going to continue to stop counting. I'm just very happy and I'm content actually with where I am. And so this year I decided, you know what, let me do something for myself. And that ended up being a Galentine's dinner with one of my church sisters. Shout out to Liv, and we had such an amazing time. We went to Hales Blackbrick. And when I say that when I got there, the environment of the restaurant, which was in like Tampa Heights, um, very beautiful, very so warm. I had a glass of Joe Got red wine. It's Cabernet because I'm a wine girly. Yes, I'm a Christian, and yes, I do enjoy wine. And listen, the food was good. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I wasn't thinking. I ended up trying yuca. I didn't fully understand what yuca was until I tried it, and absolutely, I was like, absolutely not. So I stuck with the pot stickers, which I think is always like a safe go-to, especially like if you enjoy like the ginger taste of things, which I do. I love that. And then we just kind of shared a dessert, which was sweet potato cheesecake. And still, I'm thinking about that cheesecake. And it's crazy because we were sitting at the table like two chefs trying to figure out now what is this ingredient in this, like, because it's something, but it was very clean, very light, very good. Um, but being able to share a sisterhood and talk about self love, the importance of health, the importance of loving oneself and understanding where you are in your journey, not just for dating, but life, period. It's amazing. And let me tell you why it's amazing. So, this started with a trip to Publix, me just going to pick up a few groceries so that I could kind of like, prepare um, breakfast and things like that. Now, these look like there's some of them look like they're starting to wither, but I've had these way before Valentine's Day. And let me tell you, when I say I have never been and never thought that I would be a flower girl or into flowers. But when I say I've taken care of these, okay, when I say I've taken care of these are the longest that flowers have ever stayed in this state with me. Usually they wither like within 2 to 3 days. Um, but I'm holding on to them. But let me tell y'all, one just fell off. When I went into Publix, I happened to kind of walk by. I'd seen some flowers, and there was somewhere I'm like, oh, it's giving funeral, and I'm like, But then I seen these and immediately I'm like, oh, those are beautiful. Now, let me tell you, there were two associates standing next to the flowers, and we were talking or whatever. And they're like, those are beautiful flowers, aren't they? And I was like, yeah, they are. So, I kind of circled around them twice and I went to the register with my groceries. I didn't have, the flowers in my hand. And as I was, online, I was like, let me get offline and go get the flowers because I wanted to get them for me, and I did. I didn't really need to, for me, I had to understand that sometimes I don't have to sit in that position of like, because I'm very selfless. I might have my sour moments, but I'm very selfless. If I'm buying something for family, for friends, I have no issue pulling it off the shelf and paying for it. But if it's for me, I have an issue doing that. And this was something that I kind of struggled with. I'm like, I'll just like leave it there. But after I went and I got it, I got on the self checkout register, the line, and another associate, she walks up to me and we're having a conversation as I'm ringing up my groceries and the flowers. She goes, oh, those are like really, really pretty. Do they have any more over there? I'm like, I think they do, but I didn't see much of them. I seen like a lot of like white flowers, but these were, I think, the only ones that I did see that had the color, and it had some purple because purple's my favorite color. And she's like, so are you buying those, for your Valentine or, and I'm like, no, I am my Valentine this year. I'm like, I've been divorced for some years. I stopped counting. But I'm not buying these for anybody. I'm buying them for me. And she smiled super hard and she's like, you know what? I would love to do something like that one day for myself. Um, but she kind of struggled with it, which I understand because it's like when you're trying to do something for yourself, I don't know why it always seems as though it's a struggle. But it could be for anybody. It could be for the next door neighbor. It could be for the children. We just pull it, we buy it. We don't check or think twice of should I put this back or let me see if I should purchase that. But she kind of went on a rant and she was practically sharing how she planned on lavishing her boyfriend with little Valentine gifts. She was asking for ideas, and so I did not suggest anything to her. I just kind of let her talk and I listened, and she's like, well, what do you think about this idea if I do this and I do that? And all I could say to her in full honesty, and I love my transparency, but I love my forwardness. I can't really, I think if you think that whatever you have planned for your significant other is best, you know them better than I do. You're dating them, I'm not. But I'm pretty sure that whatever you do is good enough. Um, so she was really like busting her brain. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to focus, pull out my cards, pay for everything. It just dropped. But this was an accomplishment. I walked out literally with a smile on my face. Got home. These sit on my desk. Okay. So whenever I'm working, I touch them a lot. I feel them. I they make me smile when I see it just simply because like this is something that I wanted to do. And besides the fact that they are withering and I've probably had these way before, probably a week before Valentine's Day, and this is probably a few days after Valentine's Day. Right now they're still doing okay, but they're withering. This is pretty good. So I decided, like, listen, I might actually start buying myself some flowers on a monthly basis. Um, because I deserve that just simply for myself. I love myself, and no one should really wait for somebody that they are in a relationship with or dating or getting to know to buy them flowers. Why wait? You shouldn't have to wait on anybody. Do what's best for you. Love you. That's the only way that someone will learn or ever know how to love you is if you can demonstrate how it looks to love you. Or how it looks to treat you. Because listen, I treat people pretty well. Okay, I really do. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I definitely might have my, moments where it's like, oh, Kenyana's wilding out today, but that's all right. But overall, I promise you, the amount of things that I do for people, it outweighs my sourness. So love on yourself. Valentine's Day is not about your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband bringing you flowers. It's not about that. It's honestly about the love that you should have for yourself. And understanding too that the love that God has for you, because God has done so many things for me personally. I can definitely say more than just sending his precious son, his only begotten son, to die on the cross for my sins, but literally in my life experiences, I've had experiences coming up throughout the years, not on Valentine's Day, but where I didn't have the answer to certain things and I needed resources and I needed certain things and I lacked it. Even in my marriage, I lacked it. We lacked it. But yet, God, like, things would just pop up. When I'm talking about, y'all might be like, oh, you sound crazy. No, I'm telling you what I've experienced. There's been times where when I was in college, married, and not working. But it's myself, my ex-husband, and my daughter, and we didn't have, until whatever he got paid or whenever he got paid, and certain times it would be bi-weekly. And I'd pray like, God, listen, we need help. Like, we need groceries, we need food. We weren't getting food stamps at the time. So we were really just going off of like grace. When I say we really would, and God showed up, because I'm like, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we needed groceries bad. When I say there was nothing in the fridge, there was nothing in the fridge. And one morning I woke up, literally $500 was in my bank account. And I was confused because I'm like, where'd that come from? It didn't come from a school check, no refund check, any of that. It didn't come from that. So I was confused. What I ended up doing was calling the bank because they couldn't trace. It was funny. They couldn't trace the money. They're like, I don't know where this came from, but listen, thank God for it, because listen, they really could not trace it. They were trying to trace it. Normally, like when you get paid from whatever company, it shows, it has their name, on the memo line. It didn't have that. It was just 500 deposited. I wasn't applying for loans. I wasn't doing any of that. I literally was just talking to God, like, listen, we down bad and we just need food. We don't need nothing else. We don't need gas for the car. We just need food. And so, God provided, and that's what he does. God loves us, and it does not reflect just on Valentine's Day. Okay, like, God loves us beyond what we could even fathom. God shows up not when we want him to, but when we need him to. And I could say that I've been through a lot of other things, and I'm not going to hold you this long video or anything, but self-love is important. And if you don't have that, you're going to struggle out here. You're going to struggle when you're dating. You're going to struggle when you're trying to cultivate friendships. You're going to struggle when you're trying to cultivate work relationships. Understand how to value yourself. If God sent his son to die on the cross for you, okay? And y'all know we be cutting up as human beings. Y'all know we're very undeserving. But if God sent his son for you, then you are worth that. You better wake up, and you better recognize, and you better see, and you better understand. And if you don't understand right now, it's not too late. So definitely make sure you, you know, work on implementing self-love if you're not there yet. And if you've kind of slipped and slacked, it's okay, because I think we've all gone through that, especially if you're married, you have children you're taking care of. Put some time and some effort back into you, for real. Love yourself. But otherwise, that was my Valentine's Day. I had so much fun. I really did. And to just have a, not just a church friend, but a church friend who became a sister, where we have a sisterhood, that is so important. So listen, love on yourself, put yourself first, and everything else thereafter can wait. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go have my coffee and my breakfast because I ain't have any of that yet. Toodles until next video. Bye.